afternoon, good evening. Top of the time zone, I'm Alan C. You're with Johnnie J in the house, president and station manager of Innervision FM. You're not going to want to miss today's podcast here on the Innervision FM universe. Brought to you by Colorado Art Relief Fund, Eeny Meeny Grants, Bonefields Foundation, and Christian Brothers Moving Company, based in Englewood, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, also in the great state of Texas.
Oh my God.
That's who we love, and that's who we serve.
How dare you?
Every day of the week and twice on Sundays, folks.
Output of the beginning is
Great.
low.
I'm Lolita, and this here's
Low volume.
Tanqueray. Can we be your dates?
You mean like sit with us and stuff? Yeah, we're gonna
Going-
It's running out. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown. I tell you, this place is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown saying, stay with it and hit it. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, we are here and we are live. This is wow. Okay, we are here. Now, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay. Well,
You're there. I'm here.
oh man, so we got. I mean, if you guys heard a bunch of new stuff, it's like I should have did this a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe I was just being lazy. Maybe I just thought, oh, I don't want to go back and use this. It's a new tool to me, but it's been out there, and I'm just learning it. And I wasn't as confident as I was in the other one, but I said, so after Alan, the music sort of drowning him out when he was trying to do it live. I said, well, let's see if we can fix that. Because I know when I push those voices, the music ducks down underneath those sound effects. So I finally bit the bullet. And Alan recorded that. So am I giving away too many of the secrets? Should people just believe that it's not a Memorex, but it's live?
Well, it's okay because it's recorded for posterity. Nothing ever leaves the internet. And, when you like, share, and subscribe, it helps videos like this one reach your algorithms and in your feed on YouTube, Facebook, True Social Getter, LinkedIn. Boy, we're on a bunch of different platforms.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, we had a interesting two-part show, and DJ Woogie is having problems with his cell phone with the people that maintain those things and data. And people, when I say data, it probably meant something different 20 years ago, but now it means like if you don't have data on your phone or you don't have that hotspot, then it's not happening. So he might join us later on, but if he doesn't, we got the memorial show here planned. And also don't forget to go to our Cash App, which is $, Innervision, lower caps, and then capital J. All right. And so that's it for that. So many of us have had, family members have been in the war, and some of us were lucky enough to have those family members come back. And sometimes the family members are not damaged like mentally or damaged physically. I remember I used to live in this neighborhood where this older lady, she was with this guy, and it really damaged him like mentally. But she's the kind of person, she was able to calm him down. And then sometimes we hear him like jump in his car, and then he would just speed up and down the street, trying to get those demons out of his head or something like that. And then he would park his car and go back in and, and that would be it. So, and then of course we hear like a lot of like suicides by veterans and stuff like that, because I guess if you were raised, under the rule, the golden rule, not to kill people, and then you had to, for your government, you have to go out there and kill people. And it's like, that can do something in your psyche as well. And then with some people, and that's why they don't come back and brag about, I did this, and that, and this, because it's an enemy out there, and you don't know, like in the Vietnam War, who's going to pop up out of a rice paddy, and then you're it, So we want to just, thank you for your service, and then the Gold Star moms and the people that have lost people in different wars. We want to say that our prayers out to you, and our thoughts and positiveness is out to you as well. That you shall overcome, and the days will become better and better. And that's hard to believe, if it's been so many years, because that Tina Peters, her son, he was there, and he died, and then through the political thing, her husband got Alzheimer's, and then because of political reasons, the left went in there and divorced her from her husband just because.
Wow.
And so there's some evil people in this world.
Evil.
Oh man. So it's like, so our hats off to these Gold Star moms, because they're just as tough as the boys or girls that they send out there. And then we have the debacle by this regime that killed 13 of our soldiers during the Afghanistan debacle. And he may not pay for it here on this side.
That's right.
But he will pay for it.
Yeah.
It'll be hot where he's going.
It's going to be a hot one, folks.
Yeah.
It'll be hot.
Yeah, it's definitely. So
everybody needs to understand that some gave all, and whereas all that joined gave some. But we're just focusing on those who came before, and for the folks that did give everything that they had, the ultimate sacrifice to this country. We just want to lift you up in prayer, and we want to thank you. A lot of folks, these days we're talking about freedom and liberty. What does that mean to folks? Liberty being freedom with responsibilities. We have a responsibility here to protect our freedoms, our rights afforded us in the United States Constitution. But, half of our United States population, it looks like, will indeed be labeled in some way. So, labels are sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes true, and sometimes untrue. But, the bottom line is, when you are called by God to do a certain thing, you do it. And so we just want to lift up those that did make the ultimate sacrifice and get called back home.
Yeah. And also, I was downtown. I was over at the Civic Center Park this weekend. I'm not sure where we were going. Oh, yeah, we were going to the Whole Foods and stuff like that. And we were crossing the Civic Center Park, and we saw all these young people. And so we asked the officer, like, what's going on? And he said, well, we're going to give a art presentation, an art show to the undocumented illegals that are in our city. And I'm thinking, like, what? Now, these people haven't fought a war for us, haven't really did anything for us, but just take. And I'm thinking, like, if anything, and because this was, I think, was it on a Saturday? Yeah, this was on a Saturday. If anything, they should have been doing a presentation for the veterans.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird. And I'm glad he was honest, because I asked him, are these legal or illegal? And he says, illegal.
Wow.
So that and who's joining us? Chan?
We got Latabo from South Africa. It's 1
Hey.
a.m., just after 1 a.m. in South Africa. We have Hey Joe, also known as Mike Johnson from the Philippines. It's about 7:30, somewhere around there in the Philippines. And it's 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yes, yes. We were talking about veterans, and this is our Veterans Day here in Colorado. Well, in America in general.
Yeah.
Not Veterans Day, but Memorial Day. Okay, get those Memorial Day. So we think about the ones who gave their lives and all that kind of stuff. So I know there's a lot of stuff. I heard that there's in South Africa they're running for president, this group and this group, and there was like this big breakout of fighting and stuff like that. In your country, what do they do for people that have been in wars in your country and maybe have died in wars? Do they have any kind of certain type of memorial type of thing to remember them?
Talking to me?
Oh no! Well, I was talking
what about you, Mike? Well,
yeah, we'll go to you. You're ready.
I imagine they do. They got so many holidays here.
Oh,
Our kids go to school 2 days a week because of the holidays. You know?
Well, in America, we're gonna have a whole month dedicated to Pride. One day for Memorial Day, one day for this and that. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I think it was almost like 2.5 months. And then the Target, of course, they're losing billions of dollars because they want to celebrate tucking in stuff. So yeah, I can understand like all these holidays. When do you have time to actually work or go to school? Gee, man. But no, like you were in the service. Hey Joel, you were in the service, and they said like, okay, I was listening to this guy this morning. He says they get boys, and then they give them skills, and when they're done with them, they become men. But that doesn't have to. That's not. Some of you probably went in as men, and you didn't need to be elevated that much. How was it with you? Was it when you went in? Did you have to get?
The first time I went in, I was 1974. I was pretty young. I was 20 years old. It taught me that I didn't want to be in there. And the second time I went in was 77, and I went in with a good attitude, but I mean, every chance they get, they just goof you around. They don't live up to their promises. Not that I've seen.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you have a good attitude if you're going to be shot at? I mean, I can understand if you're in a gang infested neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I wasn't getting shot at. I was in the Navy, so.
And you were in the Navy?
Navy. I was trying to find perfectly good reason not to jump out of an airplane.
Oh, now, wow. Yeah, I can't imagine that jumping out of an airplane. I mean, but some people can get off on that stuff. I have a problem with heights.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not going up there.
Right. Why jump out of
what?
That's right.
I once saw this video that the guy's parachute didn't open, and he ended up living. He ended up bouncing off the ground. And I'm thinking, you saw that video?
That was 20,000 feet or something like that. I remember that.
Yeah, and I
wasn't videos on. I think I read it in a book. It was a book.
Yeah, well, it was a time when I could see it, and I said, "Man, that would have been enough to say I would have checked out right there." So, but yeah, parachute up, and then Jimi Hendrix. I heard Jimi Hendrix. He loved it, but then he messed up his leg. I think it was an ankle or leg, and then he had the
ankles. That's real common with parachuters for broken legs, and for experienced parachuters breaking both legs at the same time.
Oh, man.
When he's in school, we always come back after they go on a parachuting flight. You see all these older guys, the Marines stuff especially, they come back with broken legs on crutches or in wheelchairs because their legs are broke after jumping. It's like, I never had to jump. I had a head cold, so my equilibrium was all jacked up the whole time I was at school in New Jersey. So I couldn't pass the jump physical to get on the plane even. So that was okay though. I did fine.
Yeah. Oh, now I see Labo, your microphone is open. What do you say about like war and people that have passed away, that do they remember people like that? They have a holiday for that, or do they just don't really do anything?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Okay, what I can say is that here in South Africa we do have a specific day where we commemorate all our, let's say, South African Defense Force members. I can't remember which day is it, but I think it's somewhere in, I'm not sure it's May or June or April. I can't remember correctly, but we also commemorate where they have used this. I think there's this vessel called SS Mendy, which is the one that was used in the army as well. I think even now they still use it, but I can say it's more of a modernized version of it. So yeah, but well, when it comes to like holidays, I don't think we do have holidays actually, unfortunately. So we only have, holidays such as, like, since June is coming up, we have like Youth Day, we have Heritage Day, we have Reconciliation Day, we have Freedom Day. We have all those kinds of holidays. I mean, public holidays, but we don't have that one of like Memorial Day or such days as like that.
Now, I heard that I was listening to BBC this morning, and I heard that they're going to have a vote here pretty soon on the leaders of South Africa and so forth like that. Sure. And there's this one regime, I guess he's down with Biden, because he says, well, he said Biden says we have to get on board with the climate change, and we have to make sure that we're the leaders in solar panels, and this other group wanted to bring in sign a thing about a 20-year plan, but they were going to bring power like through like nuclear power and stuff like that.
Nuclear, something like that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, this guy who's talking about Biden, and he agrees with Biden. I said, don't believe him. Anybody who agrees with Biden in that fashion, don't let them in your country. Run them out. Because any advice that Biden can give you is not good advice.
No doubt.
Sure.
No, but the thing is, like, if I remember correctly, with our electricity minister, what he was telling us is that when it comes to the crisis that we have with the electricity, is that, like, he says that he's going to be talking to the Mozambican government about like importing some megawatts to our power grid, so to avoid the power grid collapse. Yeah, so because people were talking about it, and I was like talking to my boss about it yesterday as well. So he said to me, like, look, man, like, you don't have to like trust the politicians, and without no questions asked about it. I was like, okay, no, I understand, because obviously when you trust I can say, if you trust like politicians, then which means then you are also siding with them, and which is true. So I do understand what you mean when you say sometimes don't trust Biden when he comes to that conclusion.
Yeah, like Obama came there and he was telling everybody, climate change, and if you use oil, it's gonna it's gonna boil the ocean waters. And then he got on this big airplane that was made for one person, and he flies out of there, right? And he's telling you guys about climate change, and he's finding the biggest climate change, whatever, if it was any such thing, destroyer ever, is this big airplane. So you got hypocrites like that. You were probably a kid when Obama was there in your country.
I was a kid. I think I was I was like 12 or 13 years old when I heard about that.
Yeah.
I was 12, 13 years old when I heard about that. I think when he came to South Africa, I think it was in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just love it when these people talk about climate change, but it's climate change for you, but for them, they're gonna live whatever way they want. I mean,
True.
So I don't know, man. It's like I don't know. Do as I say, not as I do, or something like that.
Hey, listen, folks, there is one thing that you can trust implicitly, and that is the word of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 is a way that you can find a blueprint if you have not received salvation. Today's a good day. On June 9th, we're going to be doing a Youth in Action event in Denver, Colorado. There's going to be a number of folks, including the guests that were supposed to be here that didn't make it, but come check that out. If you want more information, visit www.innervisionrecords.org and check out the events page. Also the www.innervisionfm.com for 24-hour a day, 7-day a week live programming like this with other DJs, podcasters, broadcasters, and some recording artists and musicians who happen to be physically disabled or financially challenged, or both.
Oh yeah, and we're working with. I don't know if we have it ready for this tour, but we're going to be doing some other tours. But we're looking at doing some vinyl sales at the if people want to get the package that includes like vinyl. We're looking at doing something like that, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive, so the tickets will be a little bit more expensive, but it's kind of fun. That we have this company that we could do vinyl or we could do CDs, and it's just trying to get our sales up to to get into the top 200. And man, explaining that to these artists or DJ Woogie is kind of interesting, but that's a story for another time. So anyway, you did hey Joe, you did a song on one of your albums called C. Kirby.
Corporal Kirby.
Corporal Kirby. Tell us about that. And which album is it on, so people can go out there and find it?
It was on
Sunset
Highways, yes.
Yeah, yes, okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, Corporal Kirby was a character in a television series back then called Combat with Vic Morrow and a few other people in it. And when we were kids, me and my brother always played Combat. Always. We were in the woods. This is in Wisconsin. We're always playing Combat. Sometimes my sister would join in. She was always the Nazi. She'd hide our guns, and then we'd never get them back.
Oh man!
But that's where that song came from. But I mean, there was a point when we had built a wooden fort. We called it a pillbox down in a rock pile next to the creek. Yeah. And as far as I know, it still is there today. I was there in 88 or 2008, and it was still there.
Wow.
Huh.
Stood the test of time. I've got a story I was been working on writing about some of that stuff too.
Oh yeah?
You're gonna go ahead and that, or is that for publication down the road?
Yeah, sometime. My sister wants me to finish it, but have a hard time coming up or just remembering stuff.
Well, if you got AI, if you put enough stuff in there about you, it'll write the stuff itself.
It'll write the story
Yeah,
for
we
you.
never thought about that. Should try
That's
that, huh?
Yeah, I've been doing it, and then I just found out my friend, one of our artists named Terry Hodges. She said she's been using it for the last 3 years, and I said she's always telling me stuff late. I said, come on, jeez. So it's like, but I mean, now I'm using it, and it's been a game changer. And if I wanted to write something right, if I don't think I got it down right, and then I tweak it, because AI is a little woke itself. So so I've had arguments about certain things like right to life and versus the death squad, and it has this liberal opinion, and so I go back and forth because I know the facts. So it can only do so much, but you have to feed stuff in it for it to know it. So
I'll send you a copy of what I have wrote so far on that.
yeah,
You might enjoy it. It's actually a pretty good read.
yeah,
for
sure.
an amateur.
Oh, I'm not a professional writer. I wrote a book. I'm not professional because, hey, I just sort of go, hey, why not? Right? You know, shoot, I love reading these stories. So
I guess
anyway,
you wrote a book as well, Johnny, 6 Shades of Blindness. Check that out, folks, on Amazon. The Kindle version is being reworked even as we speak. I guess you're going to be using AI to kind of rework.
oh yeah, I'm gonna tweak it and then go in and then whatever it takes out, I may have to put it back in. Oh man, because so I hold the original and go back and forth. So and I don't want it to be too woke references and stuff like that. So, and especially when I say what I say about the left wing, I don't want to say, well, I don't want it to be wishy-washy because I said it the way I meant it.
Now,
So,
through your experiences, you learned how to become a mentor, and I guess recently you got to a place where you wanted to really give back, especially to those that are physically disabled, financially challenged, whether they're blind or otherwise physically disabled. That does include veterans, and we do want to salute the veterans today. But that brings us to that school that you started for broadcasters and podcasters. Do check this stuff out, folks. We would love to be able to help you become content creators and or broadcasters on terrestrial radio. So if that's something you're on, we can help with that.
oh yeah, definitely. Hey, so we're gonna end it for today. We want everybody to have a fantastic day. I'm gonna be doing some paperwork that. Man, it's beginning to be more funner paperwork, and hopefully we'll see that tomorrow if Woogie gets his data fixed, we'll see what show. But we definitely have a different show for you Wednesday, which is going to be some musical artists, and we're going to be talking about getting your music on Sirius FM radio, as well as some other stuff. So it's going to be a fun. So I appreciate everybody for coming out, and